In this video of LinkedIn marketing course, we are going to discuss about some mistakes that you should avoid in LinkedIn group. So if you have a LinkedIn group creator, if you owns a LinkedIn group and you are doing these mistakes, which I'm going to reveal in the video itself, so you should avoid these mistakes. I'm gonna explain you the reasons as well, that why you should avoid these mistakes, what are the potential harms or what are the potential losses you might face if you continue to do these mistakes, right? So let's directly jump into the video. So guys, let's start with the first slide, and that is not welcoming new members and encourage them to engage with community members. Obviously guys, if you are not welcoming new members, obviously they will join the group and just they will sit as a cold ice, right? They will do nothing. So if you want them to create content, engaging content, obviously you need to encourage them. You need to first welcome them. You need to introduce them with the with the old members of the group, and then you can ask them to do some interaction with other members. Even you can do some activities on a regular basis so that new members can interact with the old members, and that's how you can make them familiar with the group members, and they will start create engaging content for the group. Even they will also get engaged with the group, right? So this is the first mistake. If you are doing this, if you're not welcoming your new members and you are not encouraging them to engage with the community members, then your group might not go longer. So keep this thing in mind. Now the second thing is, don't make your group private. Obviously if you are making your group private, then definitely people will not able to search, because private groups doesn't appear in the search results, and if they are not able to see your group, they will be not able to join, and your group will not grow anymore, right? So if you don't have any specific reason to make your group private, because sometimes we have any specific reason, let's say I provide some premium services like premium classes or premium content to my users, and for that I have created a private group, right? So that nobody can search directly, and I can just share the link, joining link, to the users who have subscribed to my premium services, like that, right? So if you have any private not private, if you have any specific reason to create a private group, then you can go for it. Otherwise, don't make your group private, right? Now the third point is, don't invite anyone or allow anyone to join without screening. Screening is very important guys, because by screening you can determine or you can understand that what is this person is suitable for the group or not, right? So if you are inviting just to increase the group members, then you should avoid this thing, because end of the day this will destroy your group, right? If you are not adding relatable or suitable members for the group, then the group will not go longer, right? So you need to add the suitable members. You just need to add the invite the suitable members who are suitable for your group. And even if you are accepting the joining request in that thing, you need to do the screening as well. So in both ways you do have to do the screening part, right? Whether you are inviting someone or whether you are accepting the joining request of someone, right? Now don't push anyone to join or add people without their permission or consent. Guys, keep this thing in one mind. Keep this thing in your mind, that you need to make your group that much capable that people want to join your group. You don't have to be like that, the person who is asking someone to add members to your group. So if you are doing like that, and if you are forcing other members of your group to add their connections to your group, and if under pressure they add their connections to your group, they will be not the best traffic for your group, right? That kind of traffic will not do anything. They will not engage with the content, they will not engage or interact with the group members. They will be just a liability for your group, and eventually your group will go down, right? So what you have to do is, you have to make your group so happening that people would want to join your group, right? like they will send you the joining request, and after screening you can accept their joining request. Even your members will ask that my other connections want to join this group because this group is very happening, this group is very informative and entertaining at the same time, right? And if you are able to create, or if you are able to maintain this kind of decorum into your group, then definitely you will have a group that can have maybe 100,000 followers, or maybe 100 followers, not followers, members actually, right? Now the fifth point is don't have or not applying your group rules. Yes, you need to create some group rules, right? So that the other members can follow those rules, and if someone is breaking those rules twice or thrice, you can kick out them from your group, because rules are very important. And if we don't have rules, we are almost like animals, right? So if you don't want your group to become a forest, then you should have rules, right? Ethical rules, not very tight rules or unacceptable rules. You can go through other groups of LinkedIn as well, where you can check out their rules and you can replicate the idea. You can get inspired from those rules and you can create your own as well, right? Now the sixth point is not communicating with members or very less. So communication is very important. You need to interact with the members even as a group admin, or the members itself also should interact with each other, right? So you need to encourage them to communicate with other members. You can, as I already told you, you can conduct different kind of activities so that they can encourage to do communication or to do interaction with the other members of the group, right? And as much as the communication increases, as much as the interaction increases, the group will become more happier, more happening place, right? Now the seventh point is not helping members. So there should be one rule that you need to help your other members to grow. You need to help the other members of the group to gain knowledge, right? Whether it is knowledge wise or support wise, you need to help your fellow members in the group, right? So you can create a rule for this as well. Now eighth point is don't promote yourself or your product and services every time. Yes guys, it is very annoying if you are just promoting yourself, if you're just promoting your product or services every time, right? So don't do this. Don't try to adapt this practice, because this is very annoying thing. You can occasionally do your promotion, even if smartly you can adding your promotion into the content, into your engaging content, then that is fine. But if you're directly just promoting yourself or promoting your product or services every day, then this is not the acceptable thing. End of the day, you will see mass removals from your group. People will leave your group and you will have nothing in your pocket, right? So keep this thing in mind. Now the ninth point is posting same content into multiple groups. Yes, if you have multiple groups, so there's a high chance that the members also have joined those multiple groups, because they know you as a admin and they are accepting that, I mean not accepting, they are expecting that you will publish different content in different groups. So you need to create different content for your different groups. You don't need to do the same activity like you have just created one content and posting into all of your groups. It is not the ethical thing, and also sometimes it becomes annoying, and obviously people will leave the group end of the day, right? Now the 10th point is post quality content only. Don't share external links. So as a group admin, if you don't have any specific reason to share external links, so avoid these things. Because if you are sharing just external things, you are trying to pull out the traffic from LinkedIn to different platform. LinkedIn will also keep an eye these things, that you are trying to pull out the traffic from LinkedIn platform to any other platform. So without any specific reason or without any powerful reason, don't try to share any external link or any scrap link. If you have proper reason, if it helps your audience, if this adding an external link is helpful for your audience, then you can go for it. Then there is no any problem, even not your audience, not the platform itself. Right. Now the 11th point is not focusing or serious, inconsistent, or not providing real value. So let's say you, if you have created the group only, now you are not focusing on that group, you are not serious about that group, then definitely you will be not able to run that group for a long time, and even you will be not able to create a business around that group, right? So if you think that I'll have a business, I'll have clients from this group, so you need to be focused, you need to be serious, and you have to be consistent, right? You need to provide real value, real content, real knowledge into your group. And if you are able to do that, then gradually you will see the exponential growth of your group. Now the 12th point is don't message privately with members, discuss in the group so that everyone can get benefited with discussion or Q&A. Now here's the thing, if you don't have any specific reason to privately message with the group members, although you have the access to directly message with to the group member, but still if you don't have any specific reason, you don't message them privately, right? You can discuss everything if it is acceptable in the group. You can discuss those topics in the group itself so that other members can see the conversation, and even they might get some good amount of knowledge through that group, through that discussion, right? So I hope you understood the video. I hope you understood all these 12 mistakes that you should avoid if you are a group member, or sometimes if you are a group, not group member, if you are a group owner, or sometimes if you are a group member as well, you shouldn't do this mistake. You should avoid these mistakes. So I hope this video was well helpful for you, and if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button. Also, don't forget to share this LinkedIn marketing course with your needy friends. Now let's wrap up this video here. I'll be meeting you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.